One man has died and 4 firefighters have been injured in a blaze at Trump Tower in New York. The victim was a male resident of the building who died after being taken to hospital, fire officials said. U.S. President Donald Trump has a home and an office in the building. But Mr. Trump, First Lady Melania and their son Barron are currently in Washington, D.C. The fire erupted on the 50th floor of the high-rise, which contains apartments and office space. The cause of the blaze has not yet been released. Thick black smoke and fire was seen coming from the skyscraper at around 6 o'clock. Around 45 minutes later, before news of the death emerged, the president tweeted that the fire was out. He said it had been very confined as the tower is a well-built building. Fire at Trump Tower is out. Very confined, well-built building. Firemen, and women, did a great job. Thank you. Donald J. Trump. Shortly afterwards, the commissioner of the New York City Fire Department, Daniel Negro, warned that the situation was still not considered to be under control due to a considerable amount of smoke in the building. We found fire on the 50th floor of the building. The apartment was entirely on fire. Members pushed in heroically. They were knocking down the fire and found one occupant of the apartment who is in critical condition. The fire service quoted him as saying, "This was a very difficult fire. As you can imagine, the apartment is quite large, we are 50 stories up. We had many floors to search, and stairways." He said that the apartment had no sprinklers. Owners of old residential high-rises such as Trump Tower are not required to install sprinklers unless the building undergoes major renovation, according to the Associated Press. Streets surrounding the building in Midtown Manhattan were closed off during the fire. Some 200 fire personnel responded to the incident, which the fire department tweeted had been brought under control. There is a moral to this story. You can spend $100 million on an apartment. It counts for nothing if your neighbor underneath was not required to have a sprinkler system and the man who built the building did not put them in mandatorily. We live in a world of false security. The other thing one might take away is the fact that if nuclear war breaks out, cities will be incinerated. The last place you want to live is in a high-rise.